This is liesofthedevil.com, exposing lies of the devil. Go to liesofthedevil.com to fight the spiritual warfare that we're in. Okay, COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. This was put together by Scott Glassman, okay, doctor. And, his disclosure up front, I have no financial disclosure or conflicts of interest related to this presentation. There's relationship, conflict of interest. There's lots of different conflicts of interest, you get the funding pulled from them. But there's no such thing. But there's no such thing of people coming in and saying, hey, give this and you'll get a kickback. Okay, that happens a lot. So, if there's enough people falling off the cliff, will you follow them, right? So look at all the numbers. It says, hey, listen, look at all these people doing this. It's okay. Well, this is what I want to get to, slide 35. And I'm going to show you here with studies. This is the conclusions they come up with. It's because of the studies that are out there showing these professionals, okay, they're no different than Hoover vacuum salespeople. They're just called doctors, and they got a lot of debt, and they just pump out pills. They use this to get people to brainwash them and to coerce them into doing things that they wouldn't do. Your goal is to affirm a strength in the patient, to remove pressure, and to create a patient-centered atmosphere they'll want to return to. Okay, that's what your goal is. Affirm. You've been really open in talking about the COVID vaccines today, especially in light of your doubts. Remove the pressure. Whatever you decide to do about the shots, I'll be looking forward to seeing you the next time you come in. Support autonomy. Is it okay to check in with you about your thoughts about vaccines at the next visit? Here we go. Here's a study. Just came out. Contextual pathways linking cumulative experiences of racial discrimination to Black American men's COVID vaccine hesitancy. What this is saying is, why aren't Black people taking the vaccine? That's all this fancy title is saying. And then you got another study, same thing, using COVID vaccine skin testing ensure decision-making to address vaccine hesitancy. They want to find out how come people, out of the 38 participants, reasons for vaccine refusal included side effects. Half the people were scared of side effects, and we're going to talk about the side effects here. Fear of an allergic reaction, underlying medical conditions, okay, et cetera, et cetera. Their conclusion is we need COVID-19 vaccine allergy program can be used to dispel misinformation to help get people to pump, get the vaccine in their arm. So they're saying, hey, let's just put out our findings. What we put out there, let's put that out there. Not everything, so everybody can decide. No, we're going to decide what we'll put out there so that people will pump this stuff in their arm, okay? Willingness to accept the COVID-19 vaccine, and they're going to split it up into Black households, Hispanics households, Hispanics with one child household. They'll just, it's a sham. It's a gimmick. This whole thing is a gimmick, people. It's crap. Conclusion. The overall willingness to accept COVID-19 vaccine at the study setting is very far from the set target, meaning people are aware and they don't want this. But when you lie to them, they'll do it, and then horrible things happen, which we're seeing. Living without chronic diseases. So people living without chronic diseases, okay, having good knowledge of what? What kind of good knowledge? And positive attitude about the COVID-19 vaccine were the main drivers. Meaning if you had a positive attitude about the COVID-19 vaccine, these guys said that brings in the people. Okay? So, Facebook, all these dopamine rushes, these drug chemicals to your brain. They just want to hook you on their drugs, their devices, their media, everything. So if you have positive attitude about the COVID-19 vaccine, the people are like, I'll take it. I'm going to save myself. I'm going to save myself. I'm going to save you. They're addicted to drugs in their brain. Okay, they're addicted to the entertainment, the dopamine rushes. So why people are hesitant is because you'll see here, there's a lack of information about the safety of COVID-19 vaccines for sickle cell disease patients. That's just one. What about all the people that are taking pharmaceutical drugs, the interactions that people are having, right? How come we can't talk about this stuff? Or about this? Are we underestimating the incidence of significant ventricular ectopy in pediatric patients with post-COVID vaccine myocarditis? We're not supposed to say that this happens. Here's the conclusion. Awareness of this increased rate of arrhythmia is necessary to safely monitor patients with post-COVID vaccine myocarditis. Another research, they found out that Republicans don't take the vaccine as opposed to Democrats. But it's just they don't even understand that. Okay, this is what they say. Okay, although the causal direction between the real world phenomenon, it's a phenomenon what's happening because people are waking up to the truth of Christ. The partisan online news media, these things should be verified because it's a real world phenomenon. They have no idea what they're studying. It's just affirmation bias, right? They just want to affirm what they've been putting out there. So in this study, a case series of immune flare and lupus anticoagulant following COVID-19 vaccination. These are things that happen with the blood. Immunity and blood. Multiple vaccines were rapidly developed and approved, but long-term effects are unknown. Liesofthedevil.com. Join the spiritual warfare that we're in. It's not passive listening. It's not millions of listeners and people giving the money. No, this is boots on the ground, spiritual warfare, leading souls to Christ. Liesofthedevil.com.